Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to episode 6. You're brutally honest. I am Scott.
It's Ricardo again.
Lloyd.
So, how was your weekend, guys?
It was okay. Just doing homework. That's literally everything I did.
Well, what kind of homework have you done?
Well, I was doing storyboards for a short movie that I'm making about a werewolf. I have the screenplay written, which I wrote like last week, and what I was doing is like pretty much making a storyboard because I'm getting ready to shoot it maybe like in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, nice.
So yeah.
How was your weekend?
It was good. I mean, literally all I did was work. I didn't really do anything. Friday, my friend surprised me. That's about it. But yeah, it was a pretty boring weekend. No going out or shit.
Yeah, I know he was giving me shit about it yesterday.
I know.
I've been off the sauce for a good 3 weeks.
3 weeks now, yeah?
About 3 weeks. Like, why are you so boring? Hey, man.
Well, that's good.
My bank account tells me otherwise.
That's good because when we take you out, you'll be good after like 2 drinks.
Yeah. Hey, well, little by little.
And then we're gonna be here tripping out.
And then laughing at me, and then I end up on Fit Fam again.
Fucking fall asleep like Cometa.
El Cometa sleeper. You know what? There's a new restaurant they say it's better than El Cometa.
What restaurant?
Taqueria or Taki, something right there by Donovan right here. It's like a little El Cometa, but...
Telpaca?
No, not Tempacas. I'll look it up and I'll tell you later, send you a screenshot, but apparently it's supposed to be better than El Cometa. It's like, it's right.
I believe it because like, I'm not gonna lie, like Cometa's good, but it's not like, oh my god, like the end all to like, I mean,
hey man, that place...
I've had other places, like Mexican food at other places, that's way better than Cometa, I'll tell you that.
Hey man, that place, all the ratchetness there. All the fights, all the arguments, all the putas with patas.
But yeah, I mean, it's because like, think about it, dude, like what else is open
besides Whataburger?
Besides Whataburger at 2 in the morning when everybody's getting out.
That's
true.
That's true.
I mean, there's always Chico's, but you gotta like 30 minutes late.
And then
you gotta take cash because you know.
And then they don't have a Chico's on the West.
Yeah.
So if they had a Chico's on the West, even though I'm not a big fan, they would have probably had a competition.
So, you know, one thing I never got about Chico's was the whole cheese incident. I don't know if you guys can explain it to me like I'm 5.
Alright, well no, it's just like they changed up the cheese.
Right.
I guess
a couple years back.
Yeah, a couple years back they changed the cheese. Because now if you notice it gets all melty and all like... Well yeah, just like all melted on.
But isn't... I mean, I always thought, because I was thinking like, isn't that good?
No, it's good, but this cheese like... melts. I don't know how to explain it. Like,
yeah, I know, but it just melts like it's like a goo kind of.
Yeah, it's like a goo, and I guess that's what grosses people out. Because for me, honestly, I love the old cheese, but I don't hate on the new cheese. I'm just like, it's still good.
I don't remember the
like
old cheese. I think it just kind of stayed like that.
Yeah.
You guys just disgust me by eating there because I've never been a big fan of it.
No.
Ever since I got sick when I was in 7th grade, once I never went back. I don't like to drink my tacos. I like to actually eat them.
Well, I mean,
Scott, I gotta ask you something.
What's up?
Do you smell that? There's a little bitch in the room right now.
Okay, I got you. Hey, so if you ever see us,
tell me that. Did you tell me that the first time? I'm like, wait, who's blazing?
I know. I wonder who's blazing. I do not endorse the use of marijuana. In case the cops are hearing. But you know, next time you ever see Lloyd in the bars, just get him a 3-4 horseman.
Oh,
see if you don't hear bitch about that. He's fucking on the ground.
To 5.
And then threw up like 6 times in the morning.
Hey, you know what? Fuck it.
So I don't want to hear that shit. But anyway, it's just. I'll try to remember the name of that place and I'll send it to you guys and then we'll go check it out once.
Yeah, I'm done.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna be drunk, but I'll still go check it out.
You know what's better than Cometa and like better than just like because here's the thing I don't like.
Self-respect.
The only thing I don't like about Cometa is that there is no sides with the plates.
That's true.
If you want to buy a side, you have to buy it separately, and it's pricey. Like I remember one time I went there and I got like the tacos, a papasada. And you know the drink and all together it came out to like $12. $30.
Oh what?
Jesus fucking Christ!
Yeah, dude, it got like $12.
That's not bad at all, man.
But still,
compared
to this, I know this place, Tacos Chinampa, for example.
Mm-hmm.
I love going there because they have something way better than sincronizadas.
How dare you? You don't speak of that.
Something way better than tacos.
New haircut, new style.
Something way better. Something way better than flautas, and that is you cannot be comida corrida.
Comida corrida,
dude. It's bomb, dude. You get a little caldito de res, a little entree, you much do caldo de res. It's bomb.
Yeah.
It's bomb. And then you can get like whatever other, like you can get like maybe like tacos. You can get maybe like enchiladas, like it. Oh wow!
We found Scott's love here.
It really depends. Like it really depends on what they offer. You know, some places like they might offer like albondigas or something, but I think that's way better because I go there and it's literally like $8, and it's so much more than just cometa. But cometa is good.
You know what? I'm gonna have to try it. That'll be our next episode.
Like I should not. Like comida corrida like that. That's about. I mean, there's so much stuff.
Look, sir, have you ever seen the Ronnie King video?
Yeah.
That's how I feel like doing it to you. Beat that ass! You don't talk about my sincronizadas like that. You put some respect on that name.
Hey, look, I'll say this. Like, comida corrida, I like it because it feels not fancy, but I mean, you can go and eat that.
Yeah.
Sincronizada, dog, you can just make that.
Yeah, I'm gonna beat that ass of yours, and you can make your flautas and everything, but you still decide. Look, I don't care because we still decide to go eat at restaurants when we can make it ourselves.
Flautas are alright. Flautas are okay because I mean you can make those, but they make them a certain way you make that, and people might like that.
That's right. That's right. I like the way they make it. It's convenience. I don't have to make it. They do. I can just go and pay.
Have you ever made food drunk?
No, I know myself better than that.
That's fun. That's the fun part about it.
See, if I did, everything would be on the ground at the moment,
right.
or I would lose a finger trying to.
Oh shit!
Oh well. Yeah, you don't tell me to make food drunk. How dare you? Put some respect on that sincronizada. I hope it haunts you at night now. When you do that story of the werewolf, I hope that werewolf turns into sincronizada while you're recording, and it just opens its mouth with big cheese in hand. How dare you? I'm super upset now. You know what? I don't want to do this shit anymore.
Sit the fuck down. Get your ass.
Fuck you.
Fucking storms the fuck out. Like, bitch. It's in your house.
How dare you kick me out of my own house?
I'm sorry, I guess you just said I was being.
You know what? You get a new haircut. You get a new haircut and you grow balls. But I like it though. I do like his haircut though.
I know, man.
We do have to hype him up.
Shout out to Bernie, our barber.
Still,
yeah.
Hide all your girls.
I really liked it. I mean, talking about it, like, it was the first time I ever got a fade.
Yeah.
I really liked it. And honestly, it took me, like, at least a day to, like, fully, like, get used to it. Like, I liked it, but it took me, like, a full day to really get used to it. But no, yeah, dude, like, I really like it.
Have you seen your old pictures and then compare it to the day?
You know, talking about that, dude. I was in my laptop rearranging a bunch of stuff, and I found an old picture taken of me around this time last year. I don't have it on me, by the way, but it was taken of me around this time last year. No, yeah, dude, I was so tripped out because, like, it was legit an afro.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what you had, man. Since I've known Scott, he's had an afro.
Yeah, even at the old work days. That's all you have. That's all we remember you when it comes to that type of stuff. Well, I mean, when it comes to appearance is what I mean.
Afro. No, yeah, dude, and yeah, like I remember seeing that picture and just thinking, like, wow, dude, like literally, like my face, like ends here, but there's like a whole ball of hair. Like I just thought, wow, like I believe I went out like that.
Yeah,
it's because it just takes some change for us.
It takes some change.
For you to look back and be like, whoa.
I'll be honest, I was looking for a change. But I just didn't know what direction to go in. But I just thought to myself, no, like, I want to do something different.
You know, it's the one day that you don't go out with us that we decided to do life-changing things such as Scott.
You know what?
That's the funny thing about the fade because this wasn't like a drunk bed or like a drunk idea.
I get called like in the middle of the day.
Yeah. Like, this is like 100% sober. Like, hey, Scott, what would you look at with a fade? And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
I have noticed you've gotten a little bit more confident here.
Yeah.
When you walk and shit.
I mean, it's true, no.
I've always walked like that.
No, you just don't notice it. Like, it takes somebody outside. Like, you're more out there with it.
It's been 3 days. Come on.
Good.
It's been 3 days, man.
That's all you need.
It's been 3 days.
You can take it to 1 day.
And then let's talk in a month, and then it'll be something different.
Well, I mean, you would need to get it redone anyway soon.
Oh, yeah.
If you're going to keep it, you need it like next week or
probably next week. Yeah. I mean, I'll see how it goes, but
I say leave it till next week, see how it goes. Well, try to do the slick back. I say it works. It works because your hair grows naturally. It goes back.
Yeah, I noticed that actually.
So I mean,
I really love what your friend did. Like, it was amazing. I really do want to give him a shout out because it was great. But I think my neighbor can probably like do fades as well. She's a barber, so
try her out, man.
I want to see what she does. If it doesn't work, I'll just wear a hat. No.
Look at you. You get a fade and you disrespect my food. You disrespect.
No. It's not. And fuck Coco too.
Oh yeah, and that one too. Whoever this coconut is.
Don't get me started on Grecia.
También ella, las dos.
No, but I'm just saying about distance. That's all I'm talking about.
Yeah, it is a bit of dry for you, man.
But I'll see how it goes with her. If I don't like it, if I don't go back to him,
yeah, fuck it. Shit.
No, well, after he's disrespected my food and he disrespected your stylist, but he does look handsome, ladies. We're gonna give it social media at the end of the day. So follow, send the good pictures, right?
I just remember what I forgot to do for the last episode. I forgot to put all our social media. Well, I mean, mine yours is gonna be on there, so we're tagging them. I forgot to put like ISIS.
That's true. There's that. I forgot about that. Well, I was waking up this morning, and every morning I like to just go on YouTube because I don't even watch TV anymore, and just look up videos. And there's this one, by Elliot Holson, How to Become an Alpha Male from London Real. And I was watching it, and I watched it the whole morning, and it kind of talks about how, like I told you guys earlier, that guys are being emasculated. It seems like guys are becoming more emasculated while women are becoming more masculine. In other words, the guys and the girls have switched roles. I don't want to say, obviously not physical wise, but
I mean,
like I guess personality, I guess emotional wise. I mean, I know.
Scott got me. I'm sorry, bad joke. Anyways,
it's disgusting.
We're talking about Ricardo's encounter with the tranny. That's what we're doing today.
Hey man, it's 2019. You gotta check IDs these days.
You gotta try new things like the fade.
There you go. But let's not go that far yet. Give it about a month. No, but that video was 45 minutes long, and I wish I had certain sections that I recorded so I can play it. Right. We're gonna do this, but he does talk about how nowadays, as guys, are discouraged from acting as guys. We're not allowed to rough play. We're not allowed to just even talk shit to each other. In class, we're looked down We're looked down more. More. I forgot where I read, but like a lot of boys are given more ADHD like prescription, even though they're not. They don't really have that condition. They just like, as guys, we like rough housing. We like just moving around. Yeah. But yet we look down. We get looked down more. And on the other side, it's the girls and the female who are, empowering. You're better than men. You can do more than men. But even biologically, physically, we're the stronger. Biologically wise, we're the more stronger species because we were made to hunt. Food and protect and X, Y, and Z. While the female, there are some that can fucking whoop our asses left and right. No doubt about that. The species as a whole has always been, they nurture, but they take care of the household or village or, cave, X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean? Yeah. But now there's been a lot more stay-at-home dads, and there's more women going to work instead of the dads.
Well, I think for the women going to work,
that's no problem for me.
That's no problem because I don't say that's a problem because, the way the economy goes and stuff, for a minute it was bad, and it's kind of like both men and women were kind of like, not, I don't want to say forced, but both men and women had to go out and
work. No, but I'm talking about a point where guys are getting looked down like, no, you're gonna stay home and she's gonna work. Instead of, hey, well, we both kind of need a go out to the fields, and when I mean field, I mean work.
Yeah.
So we all have a roof and 4 walls.
Yeah.
But a lot of men are just being told, "No, you're the one gonna stay home."
Well,
she does.
Have you ever seen a case where that happens? Like
just online videos again. I wish I had saved them. Next time I'll save them and play them. Mm-hmm. But there's been actually gotta look it up later on, and I'll send it to you guys. Mm-hmm. But there's a certain percentage where.
While you look for that video, maybe we can ask you guys, what do you guys think? Like if you were in a marriage and the man stayed home and the women went out to work, like what do you think of that, honestly?
And when I say that, I mean where they both have a choice, but the guy gets looked down upon. Not as in girls should never work.
Oh obviously, yeah, I guess you're talking about more like a socially wise, like
social.
If I had a wife and I was a stay-at-home dad, then Scott's over here in the work, he's giving me shit for it.
That's part, yeah.
Okay, I get you now.
Look, I got into this website. It's kind of a dumb name, but the title goes "How Society Emasculates Men and How to Stop It from Happening to You." First one: the lack of clear rituals, puberty, physical maturity. Graduation from high school, graduation from college, losing their virginity, getting married, and having children. 2, the length of time in that adolescence. 3, the burdens of the millennial generation are high. And this is about our generation, not our parents. Productive enterprise is frowned upon. This is what I mean a lot where we're being looked down like, no, you shouldn't be doing this. Let the female take over for you. Okay. And if you try to... do something innovative, give credit to the girl, because what's this male privilege crap that a lot of people like to throw around. That was number 5. The manliness is out of fashion. Again, this goes back to when I was talking about earlier that we're being looked down upon for roughhousing, for just being loud, for
anybody who's being loud is gonna.
Like
men or women. I mean, if you're a loud person, if I can hear from across the restaurant, man or woman,
shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
no, I'm talking about when we go watch a fight at a bar.
Okay.
Right. A lot of people a lot of women look like, hey, can you shut up? We're trying to enjoy our dinner here, but you're here for a fight.
Yeah.
But yet we get told like, shh, like you guys aren't allowed to cheer for your guys or for your team or X, Y, and Z.
Well, I mean, I think that's just, I don't know, because I mean, there is a point when people can be too loud at a public space. If you're watching a fight or watching a sports team, I've been at bars where they're playing games and people get loud, but there are people that really take it to like an extreme. And go super loud. Like the other day, I was like Cometa.
Of course.
I was in Cometa, and they were drunk. But I remember there were 2 guys, somewhere like a couple meters from where I was, and it was dead, of course. But there were like 2 guys there, and then I saw them would come in, and they would start singing, but they're just being like loud about it. You know what I mean? They were just being loud, and I was like, well, I mean, whatever. They're drunk, right? They're just being loud. They're just being loud is obnoxious, right? That was a group of friends, like a couple of tables from me, and they were like, mixed gender, but of course they were talking or laughing. They were being loud as it is.
I'm talking about like in a situation like this, like we're not drunk, we're not at a bar, but we're just here. Like it's just the guys. Like imagine if we all brought all our friends, but the guys are at the table just laughing, but everyone else is over there. But we're laughing. We're being loud because we're laughing, but not being obnoxiously out on purpose.
Yeah, I mean, as far as like the masculinity thing going down, I see it as far as like the emotional stages from a man to a woman, and I guess talking personally, like me, I'm a fucking emotional kind of person. I see where that comes into play, but at the same time, guys have always been that way. But because of social normality, we've been told like, don't be that way.
Yeah, but that's a bad thing.
Would you say that? Would you say that the society changes over time? Is that why it's being looked at as a bad thing? Because I mean, social norms might be changing.
I think it's a breakdown. It's a breakdown because, of the guys.
There could be things that that people might have been doing 30, 40 years ago then we might look back and be like, well, that's not really like, I don't know if it's appropriate, but I mean, kind of like look down on.
I mean, I don't know, because to me, like, I don't believe in, like, the social norm. Like, if a dude wants to stay at home when his wife works, I mean, if that works out between them, that works. Like,
I was gonna say that, like, if that works between
I think it's more of like a judgmental kind of thing.
Because you brought up, for example, an earlier example earlier where you said, what if you were to do that? What if you were to do that with your wife, right? Like, she went out to work and you sat at home, and then I gave you shit for that, right? Yeah. And then that's me talking to you. Like, what does that say? Would that say that men emasculate each other?
I think so, in a way.
Because some people might look at you, because some women might look at you and say, oh, well, I mean, that's kind of, at least you're supporting your wife, right? They might not look down on it.
Yeah, because it's 2019, dude. You could have a surgeon wife and you could have a bum-ass job or no job. You know what I mean? So I think it just comes down to, like, losing masculinity, isn't really has to do with, as far as, how should I word this? It's more of just a judgmental thing. Like, it's like just people judging each other based on thing. Because think about it, if we're in a group, it's a whole group of guys, and that's where I agree. Like, yeah, it's a bunch of guys demasculating each other. It's that big old macho, hey, I make the money. Like, no, dude, no. Like, I think that's the thing that kind of pisses me off. I'm just like, okay, yeah, you make money, but she can make money too, you know? It's kind of like, how do I explain this? Sorry, I have like everything jumbled up in my head. I think when it comes down to it, it's just guys demasculating each other. But as far as like society itself, everything's changing. Everything's progressive now. Like,
but is the movement good? Because so far it's been a lot of divorces rates, and that's from the women cheating on the men. Because the men they don't consider them as manly anymore. Why do you think the very, I don't want to say wimpy guy, but the less masculine guy gets left for the more masculine guy? Even though he was probably better for the woman, naturally she went to the other guy because instinctively he showed more for protection.
You can provide more.
Yeah, but the emotional guy was more financially better. Well, not emotionally, because I'm emotionally too, but I mean, that lets them get one walk over.
Emotionally like stable.
But
like, I'm not trying to say like it was crazy or anything. Like, I'm just trying to say like, what if it was wimpy? You know, and wimpy people tend to be kind of like doormats.
That's what I mean.
Spineless, kind of like.
But that's what he's saying.
People might not like that in a person. I don't like that in a woman. You know, someone who I wouldn't want someone who like just agrees with me just to agree with me. You know, kind of just lets me walk over them. Like, like any man or woman who has that kind of trait. You know, you're gonna get rejected.
But again, this is what I go back to. That what if the girl just starts breaking the guy down? Like, hey, well, you can be rough. No, let me do this, and then he starts slowly going from confident to just being a doormat, and then he gets left.
So that's the woman's fault then.
But I mean, both. I just feel like I feel like both men and women are shitty to each other.
For
you
what?
know what I mean? Like, I feel like both men and women can be shady to each other.
Oh, that's all.
Just like how as a woman does that to a man does the same, can do the same thing to a woman. Like, they just can be shitty. Like, people are just shitty in general.
Okay, here's a perfect example of the masculine being attacked. That Gillette commercial that happened about a month ago.
So I was here, like, I'm out of the loop for that. So
I'm out of the loop for that too. Actually, I saw it and I just waved it out. So I was like, people are just fucking too sensitive.
Because I never really saw it. I just saw people reacting to it, and I was like,
I saw people react to it, but reacting to the actual commercial. So I didn't really. So in the commercial, it shows a lot of in one instance, there's a guy that's just chilling in the street. He sees a girl. He says hey, he's gonna go up to her, talk to her. The guy, hey bro, relax. Okay. Another scene shows, and he tells him, a guy sees a girl, kind of like, just chill. Like, oh hey, what's up? Hey, back off, bro. And then two boys fighting, like just roughhousing. We don't do that here. And then another one shows a bunch of guys, boys will be boys, kind of like mocking that saying. Yeah, you see what I mean? Why, when you see a lot of stuff like that in pop culture, Star Wars is a big thing that's happening right now.
Explain.
Where like The Last Jedi.
Okay.
Mary Sue. Mm-hmm. They told the pilot. The X-wing.
You see, this is why the sequel trilogy sucks. We can't remember. Poe Dameron.
He was by that purple hair lady. She was basically, well, you're an idiot. You're a guy. I have the plan. I can't tell you. Mm-hmm. But little things here and there that.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, there was like in this sequel trilogy of Star Wars, there really is to be kind of like a. I don't want to get shit on, but there seems to be kind of like a feminist agenda to it.
But if you look at a lot of movies, especially older school movies, are going that way. Look at Ghostbusters.
Yeah, but look what happens. They fucking flop, man.
You know what?
But I don't think it was just because they were women.
It's the way they handled it.
Yeah, it's the way they handled it. It was just a bad movie. I don't think the fact
but
that
look what happened. Oh, if you don't like this movie?
Yeah, that's the thing. Because when Ghostbusters came out, I saw people shitting on it, but they were shitting on it for like legitimate reasons, right? It was like sucked in general. In general, like I saw people shitting on it because they're women and feminists are taking over, which kind of seems like no, like don't look at it from that perspective. Look at it from like a movie perspective. Yeah, like how is it?
Does it have a good plot, a good story?
Exactly, because sometimes there's movies like for example, Live Free or Die Hard, right? That's from the Die Hard series, and it's just a general shitty movie, right? And look at the main leads. They're guys, so it's not for me. It's not a gender thing. To me, it's just movie is shitty or not. But you're right though. You're right, because there were people that were looking at Ghostbusters' failure and thinking, oh,
and just associated with the women.
Just saying, oh look, people are shitting on it because they're women.
When that wasn't the case. And the director didn't help either, saying that if you don't like this movie, you're misogynistic, X, Y, and Z.
And you know what really...
And then Captain Marvel's hurting that way too because of the actress, not the director.
The actress.
The Brie Larson. She's like, I don't want any white man. She's saying that she's willing, like inviting people of color, women, people of color to watch her movie, like the premiere. That's another example, man. A lot of stuff being feminized. I saw the thumbnail. I haven't seen the video where they did the original Star Wars trilogy, like cartoon, but they showed Luke as the wimp and Leia as the fighter in this one.
Well,
I mean, she's always been strong.
Yeah, she's always been a fighter ever since episode 4.
But this is like you can see in the thumbnail that they made Luke more wimpy, and and there's a lot of people reviewing like Star Wars is trying to push their agenda again when like that Gillette commercial. I gotta show it to you guys later.
Yeah, you gotta show it because I honestly just from what it sounds like, the way I'm thinking about it, I'm just like let
me see if I can.
It's a fucking commercial. I'm sorry, but people are just too sensitive. It's a fucking commercial. Get over it. It's like shit. What did I read? Oh no, it goes into something else. But it's just people are just sensitive. Like the whole when it blew up when they put a black kid in a monkey shirt.
Oh yeah.
Like they're advertising. It just so happened. Like that's not. The person taking the picture is like, all right, let's get the black kid and the monkey. Like, no, dude. Like,
I remember seeing one where like
it's fucking ridiculous.
I saw one outrage where people were kind of bagging on Kylie. No.
Kylie Jenner.
No, not Kylie.
Kendall Jenner. Oh, the Pepsi one.
No, not the Pepsi one. No, I saw people shitting on her because she put up like she had like a photo shoot and she had an afro. Like her hair was in an afro.
I gotta say this.
And I thought, and there were people saying like,
okay, so going back to our thoughts on the Gillette. What's your thought?
I think the message is saying, like I said earlier, that they're just trying not to make sure that we're not guys anymore. Notice how all of the guys that were being like, I guess like backed off, were white guys. And the guy that came up to them was a brownish black guy.
I can see that.
And then you notice, what was in the commercial? Go back to old saying, boys will be boys. Kind of. And then notice that it was just the attack on guys should be holding guys accountable, which is true. Yeah. But where's the women? Where's the report about when women lie about sexual harassment and the groups, the Me Too movement? How a lot of them have lied about the attacks, but they never get put on the
Put on the spotlight.
Put on the spotlight. They're always, no, well, you know what, let's just forget about that.
I mean, that's the bad thing when people lie about that stuff, because I was just thinking to myself, look, like sexual assault and stuff like that.
It's no joke, yeah.
That is no joke. That happens. But when it comes out that someone lied about it to, frame someone, because it's happened, it's been reported. There's been cases about that. When someone lies about that, what sucks is that it just adds doubt, right?
Yeah.
That's
going back to our second episode we were talking about this. Like when you generally just lie about something or falsely accuse somebody of rape.
Right. I think it's the first thing.
Yeah, pretty sure it's the first. That's funny.
But I think, well, I'm gonna play devil's advocate because I think at one point, we do gotta hold ourselves accountable. Yeah, the one thing that jumps out to me, for example, is the one where the guy tells the girl, "Smile." I feel like it's not any of our business to tell a stranger to smile. That's just my personal opinion. When we see a girl and it might seem like she has a frown, or to me, if I see a girl like that, I don't know her, and it's not my fucking business to tell this girl that I don't know and that she doesn't know me. Smile, sweetie, you look so pretty. Smile, no. Yeah, okay, that's the one thing that I feel like that's something that maybe that's kind of creepy. Just something that we should back off to. Okay. Because I've known people that I've known girls that tell me that they're like guys go up to them and say smile, and it's kind of like, well, they didn't really know you. Fuck you. Right? Yeah, exactly. That's the one thing that I see that I'm like, okay, cool. I see that. I see it. I see it. Right.
But going back to Ricardo's thoughts about it, the thing about that Gillette commercial is they used a wrong context where boys will be boys.
Right.
As far as the kids fighting, kids fight. We teach them not to fight.
I think that's a bad thing then.
Yes and no.
To a certain degree.
Yes and no to a certain degree, because it's cool to roughhouse for a little bit, but if you're physically trying to fuck this kid up, that's an issue that needs to be stopped.
Now here comes a part of defending yourself though. If you're not taught from a younger age, you're just gonna get bullied, because unfortunately, those that don't want to hear it, bullying is gonna happen until the end of time. Yeah, there's no amount of laws that's gonna stop a kid from getting bullied on.
Kids are dicks.
Kids are dicks. That's just in general. But it's if you're teaching your boy, hey, don't defend yourself.
I see that's a different topic. That's defending yourself.
That's what I'm talking about. Because from a young age, you have brothers. You have 3 brothers. So I don't know how you guys were. But with me and my cousin, we used to roughhouse all the time, just throwing each other, just wrestling.
And now we're all messed up.
And now we're all messed up in the head. but now it comes to the point where if it needs to go down, would I want to? No, but it's gonna come down. I have no problem going there.
Well, I think you brought a good point, Lloyd. There is a difference between just roughhousing and actually hurt someone. Because what if you're roughhousing with someone and you think that you're just doing quick little body shots, but you're actually hurting them. Yeah, it's not my feelings, but legit, physically hurting.
Yeah, but you also but then what I'm talking about is since you're little, you're roughhousing, you're used to the little violence that's gonna be there. Right. So here comes a guy that's gonna start pushing you. Hey, well, guess what? I'm used to this with my brother, so fuck you. And then you start doing it to him, and guess what? You're not being bullied anymore.
Yeah, you're not being bullied anymore unless you lose.
Huh? No, but even then, at least some bullies, even if they beat you, you know what, you stood up. That's fine. I'm going to go after someone else now. Again, the weaker ones.
Oh. Yeah, but that's a different story, man.
What if the bully? What if you fuck up the bully and the bully's is not I'm gonna fuck you up even more?
Yeah. Then you just keep fucking going at it.
Kids aren't on fucking respective terms. I respect the duel.
There's some, but then the guy doesn't want to stand. That you keep pounding his ass until he learns. Yeah, that's the thing.
But that's the thing though. Okay,
what's the detention gonna do?
Roughhousing and defending yourself is 2 separate alleys.
Yeah, that's true.
Is what I'm saying.
But if you're not used to roughhousing,
me and my brother used to roughhouse, yes. But at one point we got into a bad where we were holding knives to each other, trying to kill each other,
But you're not scared of fighting anymore. If you had never roughhoused when you were little, if somebody would come up to you, you'd be scared. That's because you're not used to it. But now that you've had your brother you roughhouse, you're not showing it, but when the day comes that somebody wants to fuck you up, let's go. Let's fucking go at it. Yeah. Because if you never roughhouse, you're not used to that kind of action, that sort of pain, that sort of activity of just head to head.
Yeah.
And even with Scott, because we have two brothers, right? I mean, with you is three. I'm pretty sure at one point you guys roughed house. I mean, when you were little.
No, not really, because I was always older than them. They roughhouse with each other, but nah, I mean, I was always older than them. So
Yeah.
And then
if I roughhouse with them, it'll fucking be like like a child, like on someone your own size, yeah. Like,
but you're used to at least some fighting of some sort around there. If they were to get bullied or somebody tried to fuck with them, maybe they'll be scared at the moment, but they're still gonna stand their ground. As opposed to somebody that's never roughed house, never played rough with cousins, brothers, shit, even some sisters. Like Coco over there has had like brothers and she's like to punch around and kick.
Yeah.
Which is what I mean that there's a difference between defending and roughhousing, but if you never had that sort of interaction, how are you going to do when you're older?
But
unless you take some classes.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to throw out. Like, that's my curveball, like, teach. Like,
but some guys aren't taught. Like, their parents teach them fighting is never a thing. That'll never happen to you. And it's going to happen when they're... What's
you see, and that's where the difference is. Like, it's what the parents teach. Because my mom always taught me never to lay a hand on somebody. But she said the moment somebody lays a hand on you and you have to defend yourself. But
that's what this is. That's what the commercial is telling you. Back off. Dude, they're kids. Like, they're going to...
Yeah, but if you notice, like, it was pretty violent. Like, it wasn't roughhousing.
That's roughhousing.
I didn't look like roughhousing. It looked like kids, like, literally about to swing at him.
No, that's roughhousing. Roughhousing is when you're punching in the air or scratching. No, that wasn't roughhousing. That's... They're rolling around. That's a little different.
Yeah, rolling around, that's roughhousing. That's roughhousing.
If the kid was choking him and going at him, then that's... All right, Joker, let's put you back in the asylum and throw you in there.
But okay, how do you draw that line with kids, though?
As long as blood doesn't come out.
As long as blood doesn't come out?
Yeah, like, I mean, like, fully, like, showering in blood, like... Because I would get scratched from my cousin because he had fucking long nails. Like, that's whatever. Yeah. But if it comes, like, nosebleeds where it's, like, constantly coming black eye, all right, hey, back the fuck off. You guys need to separate. Come back when you guys are stopped.
But let me throw it back at you, though. What if somebody just has a weak complexion like that? Some people just bruise just by touch.
Then it has to be on the person. It's like, you know what? Well, fuck it, I bruise fast, but guess what? I can still go.
Yeah.
So again, I'm gonna throw it back at you. What if you never roughed house when you were, and your parents told you fighting is not an answer?
Okay, I'm gonna throw this story out. I've only been in 2, maybe 3 fights in my life. Before me and my brother roughhouse to that point, I didn't really like roughhousing my brother. I was a timid one. I was a quiet one. I stayed away. When I got into my first fight, it wasn't really a fight. It was kind of like just like a skirmish between me and this bully. For his name, but whatever. The first time I ever like laid hands on somebody, this dude had already been picking on me, and my anger built up to a point where I was like, "All right, fuck you," and I swung at him, and I hit him. And I wasn't even a fight. Even like the teacher broke it up right away and blamed the other kid because I never fought anybody. Like, I'm a timid person. Like, if I'm throwing a shingazo at you, like, my limits reach. Like, even now, like, we could be at a bar or something. You try to fuck with me, I'm just like, dude, walk away. When you fucking swing at me, I'm gonna fucking knock you out. That's it. You know what I mean? So I think it just depends. Like, when you teach kids, like, roughhousing is okay in certain instances. When you're at the house and you're just roughhousing, okay, whatever. But as far as like, if your kid's just, my kid's just like out on the playground playing, this one kid just starts shoving him and shit. That's not roughhousing, dude. This is intentionally trying to hurt my kid.
No, but then that's different. And that's why you're like, hey, if somebody's gonna.
That's where I agree with you. Kids need to learn how to fight.
But again, if they never learn how to
take a class, that's it.
What if the parent doesn't want to?
It sounds wimpy, but fucking self-defense classes.
But what if the parent doesn't want to? What if there again goes back to the dad or the guy being emasculated? Well, fighting is never an answer. You'll never have to fight. Just call us or call the police. Because the police aren't always going to be there 24/7. And that's just the reality. It's going to take them 15 minutes minimum to get there. What if that guy's being emasculated? Hey, don't ever fight. Never put you. Somebody picks on you, just let them. The problem will go away.
Yeah.
And it goes back to we were made to fight and protect and bring the food. Well, per se.
Yeah, per se.
Because now, obviously, we don't go fucking hunt and skin.
I was gonna say that. Like, I mean, like we haven't been hunter gatherers in like thousands of years.
Yeah.
You know, agriculture, civilization changed that.
Like, yeah, we're in a new type of hunting gathering where you just go to the store. You know how to buy shit. You know how to pick shit out. Like that's our hunt. That's our gathering. Our hunting. Go to the meat market. I mean, unless you're a legit hunter.
Who's usually more in the meat market to begin with?
Okay, I'll give you that one. Yeah, it's a mix.
The guys, because that's our thing. We like to cook and grill. Like that's just our thing in modern age. Yeah. But again, we're the ones that are there more. Mm-hmm. Now, when you go to the store, you see the women in the fruit and the other sections, but there's usually guys in the meat section.
Okay, let's be honest. Red meat is bad for you.
What?
Mm-hmm. Red meat can be like a long diet of red meat can be bad for you.
Yes, but ain't nobody gonna stop.
No, I'm just throwing it out there. Like I'm just being honest. Like a constant diet of red meat.
Oh yeah, it's just like a constant diet of sodas is bad for you.
Yeah.
Like everything's bad for you up to a point.
But even then, that's what I'm saying is that you're still gonna see the guys in the meat section bringing in the food, like the protein and all that, into the household. Sure, there's gonna be females, obviously. There's some that, I'll just get this, I'll get this. But I mean, when you go there, look, and it's mostly guys. Same game, different rules.
Okay, but let me throw you this out though, because I agree with you. In the back of the meat market, it's mostly guys. Yes, there's some women who work in meat markets, but it's mostly guys. What girl wants to go and see blood and cut up a pig?
Those that were raised in farms?
Yeah, that's what the country girls, yes. But no, but I'm saying like
city girls?
Like think of Paso. Think of El Paso. Most of the women here, they try to find jobs. Some do bars, some do stripping.
That's why you have blood shrinking.
Some do
call centers. I mean, it's true.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
like call centers, like office jobs. Like women tend to not want to go
again instinctively. Then they weren't made. What's our jobs?
Yeah. Okay. Instinctively, yes, but no, because
we do more manual labor to begin with.
Yeah.
That's our thing. Again, it's going to go back to the hard work. We're the ones.
Would it throw you off if you saw a female like butcher at a shop?
No, fuck no. Hack away, girl.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's like smile.
Smile. I mean, I worked at a funeral home. I saw the female mortician fucking cutting bodies and taking meat off. So that wouldn't throw me off. But again, it goes back to, you just proved again that female, it's a more secure, safe place, and the guys are out there in the more manual.
No, it just comes down to preference from a female. That's what
Well, it's mostly. How many? If you grab a group of girls, how many? Okay, who wants to go outside and do construction?
Oh, yeah,
maybe a couple.
Okay, that I give you that. Yeah.
Maybe a couple. Who wants to go out in the field? Like if you're in the army, grab a whole battalion of soldiers, female males. Who wants to go to the field? Obviously nobody, but most of the males are going to be like, fuck it, I'll go.
Yeah.
Because we have less shit to worry about. We have no time of the month, less personal hygiene to carry. There's more law enforcement out there. Paramedics, guys. Even though, I mean, I'm not saying there is no female. Obviously, there is.
Actually, no. Paramedics is. I've seen a lot more female paramedics.
I've seen plenty of female cops.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying there isn't, but there's been a lot.
No, we're not, but it's just like a significant amount where it's like it's a normality. You know what I mean?
Well, I can see the paramedics is more of a caring nature, like you're trying to bring someone. But again, it goes back to the guys. We're there doing the labor, the more manual labor. Go to Alaska with the fishing boats. You're gonna see mostly guys out there in the sea catching. Forests, more lumberjacks. Again, instinctively, women just in nature want to be somewhere safe, where they're more secure. They don't have to worry about the elements, but they nurture and bring home. While the guys go out there, not per se hunt anymore, but still bring in the money, the finance to bring in the table, the roof, and the four walls.
I don't know. I think all this just comes down to personal preference. Because if it's up to me, I don't care whether it's a woman or not. I'm not saying that you guys care whether it's a woman or not slicing your meat.
Wow.
Well, then,
we're going to edit that out real quick.
I don't care.
I'm about to get hit with a lawsuit.
Shit. Like, I don't care.
El Paso's first Me Too case just went mainstream because of a Lloyd C-Slick.
I don't care who slices my meat, men or women. I'm gonna have a good time.
Hey, Pride School, you heard that?
Oh
He's available.
I hate you. Fuck off. No, I don't care. As a female, if you want to do construction. Like, it's fucking 2019. Do what the fuck you want.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But it's also to say, like, okay, bartending. back in the day, it was all male. Now look at it, it's all just female population appealing to the male eye.
But guess who's the bouncers?
The males.
The men.
Again, that's more of a labor.
Okay, I give you a point on that one.
Yeah.
But
I mean, yeah, but and then females bring in more money. Bartending, it's just fucking.
yeah, because
Yeah, it's nature. Again, we see pretty women. We act like dogs with our tongues out.
Yeah.
So again, it comes back to the guys. Just nature-wise, we want to be more masculine, more action, more rough when it comes to protecting our women in the house.
Yeah.
But overall, so we can move on to the next topic. I think we're gonna start seeing we're going through an era of breaking down the guy, and you'll start noticing we're being demonized by little things that we do here. Okay,
That I think is wrong. For every little thing, like, you're feminist, you're sexist. Or I'm saying not feminist, you're sexist. Like, no, dude.
misogynistic, this and
Like,
that.
that's too much. Like, I get it, there are some misogynistic guys, but at the same time, if all he does is make one comment, all of a sudden he's against women, and it's like, no, dude, that's too much.
Well, I mean, that's the outrage / cancel culture that people like to have today. Where, you know, like, it's something bad. And
it's like the whole thing with, like, Trump and Beto in El Paso. I was reading this shit, I'm not going to put out names, but literally people were hating on Trump supporters. While I disagree with Trump, I don't agree with Beto. Who the fuck cares? If you like Trump, you like Trump.
You know, that's actually, you know, like, that's actually true, because, like, I actually did go to the Trump rally on last Monday. And again, I'm not like a full-on Trump supporter.
Yeah.
Like, there's things he does and say that I'm like, right, I can see your point. And there's things he says and does, and I'm like, please shut the fuck. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm not like a full supporter of him, right? But I went to the rally just to check it out, and you know, someone, you know, I was kind of cautious about it. Some people might have told me like, oh, like, watch out, Scott, be careful, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, there's that whole stereotype of like Trump supporters being bad and everything. I'm not gonna lie. The only time I ever felt threatened, that I ever felt unsafe, that I was like, shit might go down, was once we exited the Coliseum, right? I crossed the street.
And everybody met.
Right? So, the Coliseum, I crossed the street because my car is by, like, what is it, Memorial Park? No, not Memorial Park.
Chamizal or
something. It's by the Chicos, by the Alameda Chicos.
Washington.
Washington Park, right. Okay. That's where I parked, and I have to cross the street to get there. And on the other side of the street, I mean, there's a lot of protesters, right? Which I understand that's their full-on freedom to protest.
No, but that's not even the thing. That's not even the argument. The argument is, like, people just want to pick at each other to fight.
And that's what happened, because when we were crossing, you know, there was all these protesters, and people were saying things like, fuck Trump, and you guys are racist and stuff like that, and it was kind of weird, because I thought, wow, dude, like, I mean, these people don't know me, like, they don't know
like, you know, you support Trump, and you're there, like
I'm there.
Like, let's be real, like, some people, like,
neutral,
I would have gone to the Trump rally just to say I seen a president.
Oh, I mean, that's really the reason.
Boom,
that's the reason.
Like,
that's really the reason I wanted to go.
Yeah, in 10 years, when your kids is like, during that outrage, I was there watching it go down.
I saw an actual living U.S. president.
Yeah, that's why, like, there's this girl. I'm not gonna put her name out there. She's like famous in El Paso for whatever she does. And she was there just bashing on Trump supporters, and not just bashing like usual, like whatever, but she was like, I'm fucking deleting you, I have no respect for you, this and that. And I'm just like, all right, that's cool. But now you're starting to hate. You're spreading hate.
That's true.
And this is the thing.
I did not.
I know.
I don't mean to sound crazy and stuff like that, but I did not see any hate at the Trump rally.
No, because a bunch of like-minded people.
The only time I ever saw what you could call hate was when there were like people protesting within the rally. Right, people were getting kicked out, which I thought was crazy. I didn't think I was going to see that. But people were getting kicked out from inside the rally. But apart from that, I didn't see any hate, so to speak. I didn't see any, you know, fuck Mexicans, fuck immigrants, go back, stuff. No, I never saw any of that.
You know what? And this goes back, was that episode 1? Where I said a lot of the political views from El Paso come from our parents and our generational. I know I can't really get into that because obviously what I do. Yeah. But I found this video.
So it exposes the shadow, you know. So you look at a lot of the people who are for peace and love and unity, but they're really violent and angry and mean. You know, the left, they would describe it in many circles, are showing themselves to be really violent and really mean and willing to do whatever it takes. If they got to destroy someone's character or to destroy people's lives, they're willing to do it. And that just makes you question, I thought this was about unity and peace and coming together, when in reality it's just about power.
You mentioned the media.
And that was from the same video that I was telling you guys earlier.
Okay.
But
I can see the point behind that. I really do see the point behind that.
Whatchamacallit? So sorry.
Technical difficulties.
No, but in that same video, just to add up, he's like, look, I'm not the biggest Trump supporter, but whether you like it or not, he is an alpha dog. He is an alpha because he gets his shit done when he says it. Might take him time. Maybe not a lot of people agree with his ways. He gets shit done. Never backs down from a debate. He usually 4D chess. He the way that he says it, 4D chess moves his opponents, and he keeps coming out on top. No matter how much they attack him, he keeps winning for some way or reason.
And we're going to see the consequences in the 2020 recession.
2020 recession.
Look,
I've been wearing that shit all the week.
My words. I'm just joking.
Look, the only thing I gotta say about that rally, because I can't pick a side, but obviously you guys know how I feel.
Yeah.
Right.
The people in El Paso disappointed me.
Yeah.
In general.
Yeah,
You
I agree.
guys fucking disappointed me.
What was disappointing?
Because they're a bunch of hypocrites. You were about peace and love and the second, hey, your president of the United States, whether who it be, is coming to visit the ass end town of Texas that a lot of Texans don't really know about.
Yeah.
And you guys act like, obviously not everybody, but the ones that acted crazy act like a bunch of spoiled kids. Why, I don't want him. Like he said, it was that side that I saw from clips and people's Snapchat or whatever that acted worse than the Trump supporters. And I got, they weren't even from El Paso. Well, guess what? The people drove hours to get here reacted a lot more professional than you guys did. If you guys really don't...
That depends, honestly, because there was some behind the scenes that I saw where I was listening to girl Snapchat and then there was some Trump supporters and they were just being rowdy. But she just pinned it on them being Trump supporters. And I'm just like, no, maybe they're just shitty people.
Exactly.
That's my thing. Shitty. I was disappointed with El Paso because of the way we acted. Had a Trump supporter and a Beto supporter met up and gotten into it, they would eventually led into a fight. Why? That's just how El Paso is. And that's the thing. We're spreading this hate just because you have a different political, not saying you do, but anybody has a different view, I automatically hate you. I don't respect you. You're nobody to me.
Shit. You're racist.
Yeah, it's no, dude. Okay, I get it. Yes, Trump has said some very controversial shit that I do not agree with whatsoever. But at the same time, he has gotten some stuff done.
Emphasis on some.
Yeah, some emphasis on some. But at the same time, it's kind of dude, why am I gonna hate a person just because of their political views? You're judgmental shit. Whether you call me a hypocrite or not for judging you for doing that, think about that logically. Think about it logically. That's what people don't do in this town. People don't think about it logically. Just like how you said, I wanted to go because
just
president.
President in general.
Logically speaking, that's
president.
It's a lot of
people's
people's commander in chief. Just in general, hey, that's my boss.
Yeah.
Let me at least go see him. See a president that I may never have to get to see in my lifetime again. Because who knows when the next president is going to come visit us for whatever reason.
When's the last president that visited El Paso? Nobody. I generally, from my knowledge of history, I don't think there's been a single president here in El Paso.
I think Obama did, but he rode through.
No, he rode through. He didn't stop.
Yeah, he didn't
stop.
I'm talking about
stopped, talked, and had their own rally per se.
And the one thing that I didn't like is that people were being excluded. I'm not gonna say any names, but they were posting memes me looking at the Trump supporters, see who I can catch wearing MAGA.
Yeah.
Who the fuck do you think you are? Thinking that I'm gonna single people out.
Me looking at Trump supporters and then
see who's there.
Because I see. From the left, I see they kind of put themselves in a morale boost.
High morale,
and they like to look down on people that support Trump. I have been in that. thought mentality at one point, and then I thought, wait a minute, man, like, why am I? What makes me better than them, right? We just have different political opinions.
Here's the thing, though. That's your belief. You're not hating on somebody, and that's the thing that I don't respect. Just because you're a Trump supporter, I have close friends who are Trump supporters. I don't hate them. Like, why would I hate them because they see a different political view? No, that's. I'm sorry, that's ludicrous. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's like I have liberal and conservative friends.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't
and I'm not gonna
either, but yeah.
I'm not gonna exclude you from
your circle,
from my circle, from family, just because of your political views.
I heard about families literally fighting each other over this shit. And I'm just like, dude, hold on.
Yeah, like
I'm not gonna. My little brother, he told me that like his girlfriend's dad or stepdad or whatever the hell. Like, he was like, oh, you better not support Trump or not, I'm kicking you out of the house or something like that.
I see shit like that's stupid. Like, that's stupid. Fucking ridiculous to me. Like, why? Like, I don't know. Like, that's something I don't understand.
Like I'm saying, at the rally, it's going to sound so controversial and so weird, but at the rally, I didn't see any hate. Mm-hmm. I didn't see any...
Yeah, but that's because you were in a like-minded space. And everybody, still, even those who didn't agree, they're there to watch.
But still, you know, because like, Trump supporters, they have a bad reputation to their names, right? You know,
yeah, because some of them just act fucking stupid. But that's just the type of people they are.
Exactly, because there's Trump supporters that act stupid, just like there's left people that act stupid.
I think you gotta blame the media for that one, too.
I definitely agree.
Especially because have you guys noticed when Trump supporters do something bad? Full-on weak coverage of X, Y, and Z. Somebody from the left lies or does something bad, 30 seconds, maybe a day.
Yeah. I agree, but that's like the whole like...
And K-Fox is guilty on this. I was noticing because I followed them on Twitter. They were big on that. They were very being biased. They were saying, you know, Trump supporters showed up in this amount, bunch of old men in this, but they never showed anything from one side or the other side.
I'll tell you straight right here. They were not, you know, that rally was not full of old white men. It was a whole
lot of our
generation, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a whole, like, different generations, different races, different genders. I mean...
You know, that's true because this girl was like, oh, pinches viejitos nomás in the Trump rally. I screenshotted a picture where it's like guys of our age.
Yeah.
I was like, so what's this?
And that's the thing, man.
And she was like, okay.
People are using this hate for political gain. And it's working, yes, but they don't see the downfall of what's happening. It's going to
backfire.
It's backfiring now. We got people fighting, people getting shot over shit.
Over their political views.
Yeah, it's like, that's so stupid because it's literally just a belief.
And I'm telling you,
and it's like, also, it's like I'm sorry, I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant here.
No, that's fine.
It's literally just like ISIS or anybody else who literally want to kill different religions. That's fucking stupid to me. But then that's just me because I'm the type of person where if like, I'm not saying, let me rephrase this because it's about to sound kind of weird. For a person, if you want to believe in Buddha and Jehovah, whoever the fuck, do it. That's on you. Mm-hmm. You know, do what makes you happy. I'm not going to hate on you. I may not agree with your belief, but I'm not going to like outright like hate you. Like that's just stupid. And people don't think about that. And that's the thing that stresses me out the most. I had employees who were like, look, because they had a bomb threat over at the Sun Metro by where we work at.
Right.
Yeah, we had MAGA supporters all over. And then like one of our employees was approached by a woman and she was acting kind of snobbish and I heard her and I was like, whatever. And then he or she, I'm not going to make it any way traceable. And I was like, damn, that's just because they're Trump supporter. I'm like, what if they're just a shit person?
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, shit, me, a Trump supporter who's in El Paso in Mexican descent, a teacher, needed help getting an Uber. I helped out real quick. I don't care about your personal beliefs. And that's what people need to start doing, not giving a fuck about what somebody does unless it's illegal or...
Not taking it to a personal level where...
Yeah.
I was reading on Twitter, my Uber driver told me that he would just drop off people that were Trump supporters. Like, dude, now you're just being... I'm sorry, but when you have that type of mentality, and this goes for the right also...
You're the problem.
You're becoming what you claim you're fighting against. You become what you hate.
You know, and people say stuff like that, and they pass it off as like, kind of like not a joke, but they pass it out as like, oh, like, you know.
Remember, there's a truth to a lot of jokes.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. As far as like joking around, because this goes kind of back to the masculinity thing. We've all been guilty of saying racist jokes, whether it be about different genders. Like, I don't care who you are, you said a racist joke at one point. You see, and that's the thing. That's too much. You're too sensitive at that point. If I can't make a joke about shit, like, that's too much. It's like going back to those memes on Xbox where, like, be a little white kid, like, going off calling somebody, like, the N-word and...
Hey, I fucked your mom and all this.
Yeah, all that shit. That's just talk. Like,
back then, we were like, all right.
Oh, yeah, we were on our BS, like...
But if they try it now, banned, you get...
Cancelled,
doxxed. Even at one point, look, like those kids that... What was it? The Cummington Church or whatever? That they were trying to dox. The kids they were supposedly going up to the Indian guy and they were like chanting, but it turns out the Indian guy was the one that provoked them. And
I didn't read about that, so I can't really talk about it.
But what I'm saying is that it goes back to how the media has been very biased, and then El Paso is very also biased, and I think that's something that they need to be held accountable for.
Yeah.
But a lot of people won't because they know that once they come out of the shadow, they show their true selves. Yeah. And I can't pick a side because of another profession that I do. But overall...
Even then, does it matter?
Well,
like, our commander-in-chief is our commander-in-chief. I have no respect for him as a person, but he's running our country. What can I say? Like,
I can't really say anything because I get in trouble, obviously. But
obviously.
But this goes to the overall message. Have you guys asked why do you hate this guy?
Who, Trump?
Yeah, let's say he's a racist, misogynistic. Okay, when has he ever said that? Give me by date and time evidence that he said it. Well, he just said Mexicans were evil, or what was it? Supposedly. Oh, that all Mexicans are rapists, and then you shown that clip where supposedly I said that. Turns out that they edited that part out, and when he was talking about that, he was talking about.
I didn't see nothing's trustable nowadays.
The MS-13 gangs, because if you see the whole video, she was like, "Hey, President Trump, we have an MS-13 gang," and that's when he says they're all animals. But what happens? They edit that out, so they make it seem like Trump said.
That's the thing about the media nowadays. Nothing's the truth. I don't care what media outlet. They're going to be biased at one point. Whoever's paying the most money is going to be biased.
Or gets more headlines.
PBA, anybody like...
That's true about the headlines, though, because I feel like nowadays, like, the news and everything, especially the way news, come on the internet, it's just done by headlines. Like, sometimes people share stuff without even reading the full-on article, and it's just the headline. Look at the headline.
See, and I used to be very guilty of that.
Exactly.
I think we all have.
Yeah.
I think we all have.
Because I used to, like, share shit and be like, oh, man, this. And then it's like, okay. Like, I listened into the Trump rally. I was listening in through an earbud. I didn't find anything racist. Like,
you know what's funny? A lot of people I know that were against him. Well, so far he has good points. Like they didn't want to admit that they were like
because nobody wants to admit they're wrong.
Nobody, but they're like, I just said he has good points, and you know who I'm talking about. He has gotten triggered so bad. I'll tell you later.
Okay,
but he was like, he has good points so far. Like, no, bro, just admit it. Hey, you know what? I may have been wrong.
I don't remember what he said, but at one point I was like, "Oh, you're a fucking clown." I don't remember what it was, but it was a comment that I was just like, "All right, that's kind of stupid to say, but whatever." That's the thing, man. I was listening to the Trump rally, and like, there wasn't really like, as far as I remember, and I have a shitty memory, which whatever. As I remember, I was sitting there and like I was just laughing at what he said most of the time because I was just like, "All right, dude, whatever." Like, that's the thing. People like take everything so offensive nowadays. And I can't even like. Just like that joke. I didn't mean to make that joke earlier that we're going to cut out. I didn't mean it that way.
Now we're not going to cut out because then they're going to be like, what joke?
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to leave it because this is exactly the thing. That joke did not intend to go the way it did.
But it happened. It's not like...
And if I get hate for it, I'm just going to look at you and be like, dude, you're stupid. Get out of my way. Like, that's so dumb.
Don't have me catch you saying something like that and then throw it back in your face.
Yeah, because I'll tell you right now, like, I'll fucking crack a joke out of anything. I don't care whether it's racist or anything. It's a joke. Like, I agree there's always a truth behind a joke. But when it comes to, like, actually joking about something, like, no, dude. Like,
the fake outrage.
Yeah. It's like about the joke and the context that it's told. If we're fucking around drinking, and I just say like a racist joke, it's just to be a joke. It's not because I hate anybody. Like, no, that's stupid. Like, I don't care. I don't know. I think people are just too. I don't know what it is.
Sensitive.
Too sensitive, and there's too much hate. That's why I don't even watch the news anymore. And I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even like headlines anymore. The most I'll have is like billboards because they like do like music and stuff because that's news. That's facts being fact checked. But as far as the news, nothing's real to me. I don't watch the news because it literally makes me sad.
Just watch it. I try to watch alternative media,
Uh-huh.
like just not the mainstream news, but different channels, not just one. Like, okay, is this connecting with this?
See, and when you jump the channel from CNN to like KVIA, it'll be opposing views.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just who's paying out. That's the thing. People are believing the news in a sense where they think like, oh, it's the news. They can't lie. Fucking bullshit.
Don't lie.
No fucking lie to whoever has the most money.
You know what pissed me off too?
Yeah.
That again, I have to keep saying it because
Yeah.
I'm not picking a side, but it came down to the opposing side of Trump, calling the pro-Trumps like nopales, like calling them names.
Oh, yeah.
Sure, there might be names, but it's the action behind it.
Yeah, like you're trying to hurt someone's feelings.
Like exclude. Oh, you know what? You don't agree with my political views. You're a piece of shit. Hey, how about you bring up facts? And then we can debate on that instead of going with your feelings because I'm about to pull out this whole list of X, Y, and Z of why I think of this reason. And a lot of them were like, pinches mecos want to be Hispanics next. Most of El Paso aren't even from fucking Mexico. That's what pisses me off.
That's the thing.
A lot of you were fucking, Viva Mexico, this and that, but you're over
Most
here.
of them can't even speak Spanish.
Most of them can't even speak Spanish, but yeah, they're over here fucking at Whataburger, McDonald's, Cincinnati, fucking the U.S. side.
Yeah.
Oh, but Viva Mexico, bitch, you only go for the fucking bars and food.
Yeah.
But you don't even study the fucking culture. How about that? Or the history.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell why a lot of people
I bet they think the Cinco de Mayo is the actual
Mexican
independence.
And what's this thing that I always see online that's like, oh, we don't claim her, we cancel her. Bitch, how about your mom should have canceled you with the coat hanger? How about that? I don't know who gives you that authority to cancel somebody just because they have opposing views.
You see, that's one thing I don't like, the whole canceling culture.
Remember when they tried to cancel Kanye West because of the whole slavery was a mental thing? Like,
what do you mean?
That TMZ interview that Kanye did last year, where he's like, slavery was a choice. There you go, not a mental thing.
Slavery. No, I was just stupid. Honestly, my thoughts on Kanye. You're an idiot for saying that. Like,
Yeah.
But no, any publicity is good publicity.
oh yeah, fuck yeah, dude.
But when he said that, he's canceled this and that. His fucking album was fucking being streamed. What fucking cancel?
I think what I don't like about it is that the whole cancel thing is just meant to, like, people bring it as a way to shut someone out for saying something they don't like.
Yeah.
Where in reality, I feel like, man, like if someone says something we don't like, make sure we don't have to agree with it. But if it's genuinely agreed, like for example, what Kanye said, right?
Okay.
If it's agreed as like a dumb thing to say, I don't think we should cancel. I think we should say we should let people learn from their mistakes. Because like, what if at one point Kanye looks back and thinks, yeah, you know what I said might have not been the best.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the thing. We're all human. We all make mistakes.
I mean, I see people trying to cancel celebrities for stupid reasons. Like I saw an article one time, for example, this person was saying that Gwen Stefani should have been canceled a long time ago. Of her being because you didn't know Gwen Stefani in the 90s, she would wear like a beanie, like a star, like a little pebble, a little diamond thingy.
Yeah.
And this article was saying that she should have been canceled because that's appropriating the culture. She's appropriating Indian Buddhist culture, right? But I mean, nobody really saw it as that way in the 90s. Nobody saw it as problematic.
No, because everything was more like tough skin, like it was a joke. Or
honestly,
nobody gave a shit what you did.
Nobody gave a shit, but even as of today, like, would it still be like a problem? Like for example, I saw this video too, right?
Well, it's kind of like right now, how Ricardo was like, we're going to have to cut that joke out. And I was like, yeah, I agree with you because I know how things are. But at the same time, I kind of feel like that's stupid. Like, there was a joke that I didn't even want to do.
And some people, because I said that because when you said, I'm going to have to cancel that joke out, if we say, you leave that part in, they'll be like, what joke?
Yeah, exactly.
And now it looks worse on you because they're like, he meant something fucking offensive, but we'll never know.
It is canceled.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Season
exactly. That's
has
why I
been
want to leave it
canceled.
in because
Yeah,
honestly,
that's fine by
this is brutally honest. This is the whole podcast. Like,
It's the whole reason for it.
like fuck. If you don't like what I say, don't watch.
Right.
There's other podcasts out there. There's other things to do.
That are
like-
edited. That
Huh?
are more PC.
Yeah. There's like other things you can watch. Like that's the thing nowadays where people are just like, oh, he made an offensive joke. We're canceling his whole shit. Like, no, dude, it was an offensive joke. I get it.
The whole canceling thing, I think. What's that guy that fucking apparently orchestrated that attack?
Man, I don't even know
Fucking
his
James,
name.
that Empire actor, the fucking dumbass.
Oh, okay,
Let me look up his
He
name.
got his ass kicked. Right? I just read about this earlier.
Ass kicked.
Okay.
Turns.
His name is I don't know how to say his.
Jussie Smollett.
Jussie
He comes
Smollett.
out on Empire. He's the gay actor. The only reason I say is because that's what they try to push.
Yeah.
Well, it turns out that cops are now saying he orchestrated the whole thing.
There's evidence suggesting that he may have like orchestrated
Faked the whole
it,
thing.
he may have faked it.
Let him be the first one to scam Nigerians, not the other way around. And if you ever been through Craigslist, you know what I mean.
I mean, the thing is still like being investigated from like I try to read like this like the most updated thing like before we started this, so it's still being investigated, but like it's pointing to that possibility that it may be a hoax, it may be orchestrated.
And you know what?
You see, but that's just publicity stunts. That's been going on for a while now. And if it was staged, like,
But
I honestly have no respect for you right now. If he staged this, if there's facts behind the evidence, then, dude, I have absolutely no respect for you because number one, you're just using bullshit.
I remember people like I was on Reddit looking at comments and people were saying that for some of them like the story seemed fishy from the beginning
easy
because first of all
it's like -2.
yeah it's, the temperature of course like, it was freezing in Chicago and again supposedly like he supported statements that that the attackers shouted
This is
MAGA country and stuff like that they told them racial slurs and everything. But Chicago is a pretty democratic city.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, yeah.
It is a pretty...
It
I mean,
is.
but there could still be...
And they were waiting with bleach, supposedly, or something
and
like that?
supposedly when he...
I didn't keep up with this, but yeah.
Supposedly when the cops showed up, like when the cops showed up, like 30 minutes later, like he still had the rope.
And they asked him, why didn't you call the cops? Oh, because of my pride. I didn't want to be embarrassed.
Yeah.
Like, no, bro, you just got jumped by all this, supposedly. The first person you want to call, paramedics and cops.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, you
Especially
need medical
if you
help.
recognize that you got doused with fucking bleach.
Supposedly.
But no, yeah, I mean, that's what people were saying. That it kind of the story seemed fishy to them.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was
these two guys are being questioned.
And they got released.
They released without charges, and and then it turns out that they were seen behind the rope or something.
Like, come on, my
Days
guy.
before.
That's when I say the little cancel culture, whatever. I know when you guys say learn from our mistakes, but that's kind of a big one. Because
No, that's not a mistake. That's literally you being stupid. If you
no, but again, because then when it happens to not the exact situation, but something hurtful happens to someone, here comes the doubt. Last time we heard this person faked it, so we're not gonna
Exactly.
do this guy.
That's a bad part about it.
Yeah, it's the boy who cried wolf.
The domino effect is.
Because what happens when later on, like this attack does happen on a person, like 'cause it could. I hope it doesn't.
Yeah.
I wish it doesn't, but it could happen. Right? What happens when it happens to someone else, and then suddenly people are saying exactly.
They're like, yeah, well, it happened last time. It faked, so why should we even pay attention to this guy? But no, this whole culture thing about our generation is retarded, and I blame. I don't want to blame fully on social media, but social media tends to give a lot of platform to people.
Right.
They feel useless in the real world. But if you're on Twitter, that shit's a fucking cesspool of negativity and racism and whatever.
I have a Twitter and I don't even use it because I never got the I don't even know, not even the hate. I just like.
I think it's also the anonymity of like social media. Like there's people like that platform to jump out and like be very like outrageous, and then expecting people to be canceled. Right, because I mean, you can't.
It's like that God complex. I say he's canceled.
Mm-hmm.
He's canceled completely.
And also, I mean, I think the media is like to blame for this too, because look, you can have a couple people saying that, and then the media can make it seem like, oh,
Thousands.
Larger than life.
Yeah, larger than life.
Trump's 65,000 people. And
I remember seeing something similar like that. Like, for example, headlines, talking about headlines, right? Recently, there was like headlines saying, people are saying that Mary Poppins is racist. Mary Poppins
dude.
Mary Poppins.
So in case you didn't know about this, right? So the real story behind this was that it was just one person, one professor, one university professor that came out and said, yeah, Mary Poppins was racist because she was promoting blackface. Yes. And then this is a reference to the chimney scene.
Yeah,
right.
The chimney.
So exactly. But anyways, this professor came out and said that it's racist and everything. But headlines were making it seem like people are outraged that Mary Poppins. When in reality, when you read the actual article, it's just that one person. And in reality, mostly everybody was like being outraged by him, telling him like, dude, it's just a movie.
Yeah,
dude, like
that's the thing. It's just something. Like,
but I think that kind of mentality has also like infected a lot of college and universities. Like if you go to UTEP, have you ever tried having a debate or political debate in UTEP?
I don't even waste my time.
It's very leftist. I'm just being honest.
That reminds me, I was going to mention this. So I saw this video like a while back where this one guy, he's walking around a college campus. I forgot which college it was, but it was like a liberal, mostly left college campus. And he's walking around with a Mexican sarape, right? He's walking around with a sombrero and a fake mustache, right? He's walking around like that.
Sí, señor.
And as he's just walking around like that, people left and right are telling him that's cultural appropriation. That's wrong. You shouldn't be doing that. You're appropriating Mexican culture. And just being left and right, everybody from not just white people, but from all races, black people are telling him also like that's cultural appropriation. That's not cool. You shouldn't be doing that. And he was asking people, it was telling people, like, why do you think I'm like, is this offensive to you? Like, the sarape, and people call it the Mexican poncho, it's a sarape.
Yeah, it's a sarape.
But anyways, like, why is this offensive to you? Because you're stealing the culture. That's not your culture, right? It turns out he goes literally, like, around, like, across town to, like, the Mexican swap meets and stuff, walking around there among Mexican people. No one has a problem with him.
They don't.
No one's looking at him. No one's like, quítatelo or something. No, like, and he even tells that he's interviewing a girl, and then he says, like the people, who I bought this from? Mexicans, and they were cool with that. They didn't tell me anything. So why is it that you, who are white, are just telling me that I shouldn't be?
Aren't you the racist one?
Yeah, exactly.
No, but this goes back to. I mean, you went to UTEP, right?
No, I went to see. I'm going to UTEP. Hopefully next semester too.
Well, the reason I say is because a lot of people that I know, the UTEP are very liberal.
Right.
And I had one friend who was conservative. He had the MAGA hat on. Right. His professor kicked him out for wearing that. Oh, right.
I mean, there's people that really have been shitting. Like, remember that one teenager who was wearing a Make America Great Again hat and a Whataburger. And there's one dude walked up to him, threw him the drink, stole the hat. I mean, thankfully, that man was arrested for theft, and hopefully he can learn from from what he did, because that's pretty shitty. I mean, it's pretty shitty that your friend got kicked out as well.
If I was someone, I'd be like, you know what? I paid for this shit. I paid for my seat in this class. But just to piss you off, I'm gonna sit in front of you now. How about that? No, but I think we've gone too far in this cancel culture.
Right.
That we need something needs to happen where we need to revert back to, I guess, common sense in a way. I don't want to say common sense, but like, let's not take everything so personal.
Right.
Without any justification of it.
Let's let people like learn from what they do as well.
Yeah.
Instead of just saying like, no, like, we never want to hear from you again. Like, you're canceled. Bye. Like, I don't know.
I know it's usually those people that had issues in their life that I guess that they're using this platform to kind of feel like they're on top.
Right.
Like, I lead this world. This is my world. They were probably bullied when they were younger anyway. I mean, just being honest. But again, I think...
I was looking for the post about who I saw it for, and they took it off.
I wonder why.
Yeah, I wonder why. But
so I guess I'm going to go really quick back to the question. What do you guys consider? Again, I can't answer this. Trump and Beto, who's the alpha and who's the beta? And I have to ask this because I can't answer. But since they were the most talked about topic last week, when you see them both head to head, who do you think is the alpha and who's the beta? There's always has to be somebody that's in that world. Somebody has to be the leader. Now, and I don't say Trump just because he's the title president.
Yeah.
But I mean, like as a person.
Here's the thing, though. If you noticed, they're both the alphas, and I say this because yes, I agree. There's an alpha and a beta, but think about this: the senators who actually wanted to pull change, Beto is an alpha for going after Trump, for publicly going against him, publicly trying to get there. That's two alphas fighting. While one of them has power, the other one is gaining power. So I think they're both alphas.
I don't know about like gaining power anymore.
Well,
after he said, if I had the chance, I would knock down that wall. That's something that he should have just kept kind of to himself. Because had Trump had said that, see, he doesn't care about national security, X, Y, and Z. You know how they would have run out.
Yeah, they're going to run people through filth.
But if he said it,
yeah.
But I think he was gaining, but he had his chance at the rally to say, hey, you know what, I'm gonna run as president. That could have been his moment, but he didn't. And
that's why I was disappointed because there's all this talk about him trying to go for president, which go for it. You know, it's all free country. Do it.
Have it if you have your chance.
Have a fighting chance. Go.
But don't just talk about it
and
then not do it. And a lot of people were giving him shit because you know how he is like against the wall.
Right.
And they're like, but yeah, you were protected by a fence.
Yeah.
No, they're like.
And that's the whole thing about the whole wall thing. To me, it's stupid because
can't get into that.
I know you can't get into that, but I just want to say like the difference between Trump's wall and our fence is you can see through one. Nobody had an outrage about the fence. If you notice, going back to where I was when I was a kid, I remember that fence being just a gated fence with barbed wire on it. That's it.
Right.
And I remember seeing most of the time jump down. It was like torn down in parts of it. And nobody really had much of an outcry. There were some backlash, but nothing like this sense. And that's why to me, like...
I think it's just whoever's saying it.
It is whoever's saying it. And that's the thing. To me, a wall is a wall. Like a fence, a wall. What's the purpose for both?
Well, I mean, now he had talked to the Border Patrol and Customs. Mm-hmm. He said, I'll make it see-through because that's what the agents want.
Because how the fuck are you going to see someone trying to run?
But again, the backlash against it, like...
That's the thing. That's why I don't understand. Like, in fact, it's not even complete. They're still doing it. If you go, I went down to, where was it, Socorro? Some of that fence isn't completely built.
And yet people
and they're still building it. Nobody's talking about that. The thing is, it's a person who said it, and it's the outrage. It's a fad. That's all it is. It's a fad. The wall, to me, I don't care if there's a wall or something. Can I get through a customs border? Cool. Can I fly over? Cool.
As long as we're doing it the right way, then.
It's because Trump's using this wall in an essence and saying some controversial things. That's why he's getting the backlash. But had he not been controversial about it and come out with, we need a national security wall to protect us, and not even a wall, because who the fuck wants a wall around the country? We're going back to fucking, what was it? Gorbachev?
Well, I mean, Mexico has one.
Yeah. Wait, what do you mean?
They have a border wall.
Did it?
Yeah. You didn't see the caravan? That was an issue when that first caravan was coming through?
No, honestly, I stay away from the news.
Mexico and South America, they have a border and a wall. That was...
Interesting.
That's why I like to call out Mexico on it, because they're bitching about us having it, but yet they have one separating the South America with them. Yeah, they don't want the Hondurans. They don't want Hondurans and all that. They'll shoot at them. Except they're guarded over there. Yeah. But when it comes to us, hey, how dare you want the next? Okay, so then why do you have one?
Yeah, that's my thing. My thing is like
don't be hypocrites either.
No, not just that. Yes, but my thing is a fence and a wall is the same thing. I mean, we already have a fence. So that's why I don't understand why Trump wants a wall. Just build more fence.
But
that's the thing.
A lot more controversial. The more he gets on the limelight.
Yeah,
that guy cannot say anything without being taken.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like going to golf. He likes going to golf. Who are his putters? Are they white? Are they black? So you know what?
Yeah, I bet you if Trump had a black caddy, racist.
Use it to your advantage. Okay, since I'm always going to be on the news, guess who's going to be on people's mind?
Yeah.
24/7.
And that's where Trump capitalizes.
But he's smart.
He's saying controversial things just to get the outrage, just to get people talking about him.
But notice that the people who outrage, they do it to an extreme that the people that don't, they're like, what the hell's wrong with you guys? And some, I guess some people just want to see people go crazy. I'm just going to vote for this guy just to piss him off.
Yeah.
But then there's people like, why are you guys acting so fucking nuts over this problem? I'm going to go for the solution instead of the problem.
You see, my thing is, as far as presidents-wise, I don't care who's in power because no matter what, they're just a figurehead for the country. Regardless of the fact, he only has so much power. Our Constitution protects us. It's going on right now. Our government class talks about that. That's exactly what Trump's doing. Look, he's about to declare national emergency. The first state, California, is going to sue. It's going to end up in the Supreme Court, and they're going to decide whether it's justified or not.
But it's a bunch of conservatives on the Supreme Court. That's a 4D chess move. You want to sue me?
Yeah, but if you have one... Here's the thing, though. That's why, government is very tricky as far as that. Because if you have too much of the left side or the right side, it's always going to be an imbalance. But if you notice, I don't know. I'm thinking of Congress.
See, but this is where the left side fucked up. Since they try to drag Brett Kavanaugh for his drinking days. This is his way of getting back at them. Oh, you guys try to ruin me and my family through fake allegations. So guess what I'm going to do every time you guys try to do something? Oh, you want to sue him? Overrule. Next person. And Trump just starts going down the list, taking down his enemies.
Yeah.
Guess what?
All this was is a power move. And Trump is meticulous for this. I don't know if it's him doing it or somebody. It's probably somebody in the background.
Both. Has to be
both.
both.
It has to be both. Because, this is a meticulous plan where, you're being used. People are being used and they don't see it. Whether you're Beto, whether you're Trump, whether you're the guy from New Mexico, you're being used for political gain, and I don't understand how people don't see that. That's why as far as politics go, I don't give a fuck.
But what do you think? If he's a good president, you have to admire his power moves and the way he...
That's what I'm saying. He's meticulous. I'm like, shit.
I wish I kind of had that
after I thought about it, and when I was watching Trump rally, I was like, dude, people are being used as fucking tools, and I'm just going to say, you're all being used as a fucking tool for political gain. That's what you are at this point.
But it works with his businesses too.
Yeah.
Look how many... he had a lot that failed. But how many fucking survived? And
that's the thing. I have no respect for Trump as a president or a person. As a businessman,
he's a fucking beast. And you have to admire...
I can... From monetary gain, yes, he's gone to bankrupt. He's bounced back. As a businessman... That's crazy to me. That's could go bankrupt so many times, but still get on top. That's hustle.
I would have to ask him for advice if it was either get $10,000 or ask him for advice with some $1,000 help. I would have to go with him because he's had the experience of 30 years.
Right.
Yeah.
The one thing I never got is that he's been in the limelight for 30 years. But it wasn't until he ran that they declared all this stuff on him.
Yeah, and that's just
and
the thing.
Once
he gets famous, once he gets big, that's when people care. Once you're smart, once you're like us, nobody cares right now. But let's say we blow up, people are gonna come back to us and be like, "He's Trump supporter. He said this." It's just gonna blow up, and everybody knows it.
And we talked about this before we started.
Yeah,
we were like, "Hey, be ready in case they try to use this."
Yeah, it's gonna be used, and honestly, to me, I don't care. You can call me what you want. I know what I am.
Yeah, all right. Hey, you're racist. I had a guy ask me to tell me that for some reason. He's like. Because I told him, yeah, well, I like this thing that Trump's doing. I think it's good. Oh, you're racist. How? Or no, you're a misogynist. Bitch, I live with 2 girls. You're gonna tell misogynist that he lives with 2 girls? Are you that stupid, or did your mom drop you too many times?
It's just people are funny, man. Honestly, it just boils down to it. I get passionate when I talk about this because. People don't realize they're just being used.
I think I've talked about it a lot because I've been so angry about it.
Yeah.
But obviously, because of the other thing I do, being shut.
Yeah.
But a lot of people just don't want to hear it in El Paso. And it just has to say, you guys need to work.
Yeah, if we go down to anyone in Bethos and we try to call them out on their shit, they're gonna. It's the same thing with Trump. We go down to Trump, call them out on their shit. It's gonna be on. Oh, but this, and
it's just never like, okay, you're right.
Yeah, it's never. No one's ever gonna agree they're right.
Here, let me show you the reason and the facts of this. You take it from there. Do I still believe in this cause, or should I maybe modify it?
Yeah.
But the overall, when it comes to that rally and everything, the cancel culture, El Paso, you need to do a lot better because that was pretty embarrassing. I mean, it was good for his campaign.
I mean, no fights broke out like big fights like I thought. So I have respect for Paso for that. But as far as like
the way you were treating each other was pretty bad.
Yeah, you guys talk about unity. You guys divided.
Even more.
As soon as Trump showed up, we divided.
Like, come on,
like,
guys.
come on, dude! You're fucking ridiculous for doing that.
And now you gotta see each other at work.
Yeah, now you gotta see each other. Yeah, that's the thing, dude. Like, I have employees under me who are Trump supporters, employees under me who are Bethel supporters. I don't give a shit, dude. Like, if you care about whose belief system, you're a tool.
I think that should wrap it up because I think we got a little bit longer than
Yeah, we were about 118 when I went to go check right now.
All right, guys. So, any last words to our good friends over there?
Just think logically, guys. Like, that's it.
Just think logically and think with facts. Don't let emotions. I know emotions kind of hard to resist. Yeah. Not using it, but just try to stay away from it for a little bit.
Yeah, and not just that. Stop spreading hate. Stop dividing yourselves. This whole country's been divided by themselves.
Like, if you're saying you're for peace,
literally, Trump is just a spearhead. You guys are hammering that shit to divide each other.
As much as you guys think you're taking it out, you're just...
No, you guys are like hammering it down and dividing yourselves to the point where we're going to end up in some bigger conflict.
And then guess what? You guys are going to have to look back. Hey, maybe we fucked up on this. And we are too deep into the whole...
Yeah, we're too prideful, whatever the case may be. So stop, guys. Stop spreading that hate. That's my thing.
All right.
Scott? I don't know how to say that.
You're like overwhelmed by us. Like,
I'm just thinking about a lot, but I kind of agree with what Luis said.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna beat his ass for that sincronizada.
I agree.
You know that fade? You're gonna catch a fade. And these hands, a 1 or 2, you decide on that one. Around the head or around the dome? Come on.
Man, you can't say that. You're hurting his feelings.
I don't give a fuck.
I already fucked this imaginary girl. So.
Oh yeah, Marge. Supposedly, she's a big girl. It's okay. All right, guys. Well, can't wait for next week. Hopefully, we don't go on as long as we did on this one. I think this one was just kind of a venting one at one point.
Yeah, I think it's just a vent at this point.
And it's good to vent every once in a while. So, all right, guys. We'll see you later.
See you later.
Have fun.